All right, so I really like to concept my work out a little bit. It helps me think. That's why I always use boxes. Now, this quirky way of modeling certainly doesn't have to be abided by, but I just like showing it to people because it's one of those things. Okay, so I'm looking for a door. Oh, the size of a door. Well, here's my person, 6 foot tall. Now, what about width? Sometimes width is important. Let's say a doorway in real life is 3 foot. Okay? Well, I might need an X here. Okay? An X translation between what scale really is and what scale needs to be. Google 3 foot. And thinking game terms, 3 foot, I would say you should probably go like 4 because most game characters are super wide, carry lots of weapons and everything else. So I'm just gonna kind of think that way. 21, so roughly 121. So round up a little bit. Okay, good. Okay, now technically, I don't have to do the one thing where I snapped it back. I could actually uniformly scale it from the center and get the same effect. And this I'm eyeballing. Okay, nothing technical here. Here's how I'm working my brain. If this is 6 foot, I know that roughly right about here should be 4 foot. Roughly. What a dangerous thing. How would I get that perfect? Well, if I take this stick and divide it into units, because I still can do that, and I divide it into 6 units, which are really small and I can't see very well, but let's go into vertices. If this is 6 foot, this would be 4 foot. There we go. Now if I modify center pivot that, I can now tip it back to 0. And I have roughly what would be mostly doors and windows. Good. Duplicate that. I'm going to throw this one on that layer. And I'm just going to do that to it. This one I'm just going to kind of model next to it just as a reference. And then I'm going to combine these two assets together. Just like that. Center pivot, dog Victor. And now I have this cool little sacrilege thing that we can go in here and model things with. All right, and if I use this to my advantage in a different view, I can now say, well, this doorway technically needs to be squashed in just a little bit more this way. And it works well this way also. Oh, and you want some headroom, don't forget. There we go. So that's my average door inside a scene. So anytime I want to use this thing, I can dog Victor to the corner, Victor it to position, and then I can use it as a way of cutting out things. Let's say here I need a doorway. Same with here. And I also want to worry about one at the top, so 90 degrees this way. Victor it. Insert some edge loops here, here, and here. All right, so that is how I normally kind of think about scale the other way, just so things match up quite well. And windows are the same process. If you want to make a window, you know, windows are well, windows can be any size really, so it doesn't really matter. But think about windows in real life. Windows are not 1 foot wide or 2 foot tall. They're usually like 3 foot by 3 foot, you know, something around that area. So take your time and cut out whatever you want here. We're going to be then texturizing this piece. So I'm going to take some time and do some windows in the next video. All right, see you then.